You're asking yourself all these questions about where am I? What do I want to do next? And where do I fit in the future of events?
You said the tides are changing, talking about events. And I have my opinion on that, but I'll save it. I want to know exactly what you mean, what you're talking about, and what your thoughts are there.
The tides are changing as an industry in that, from a personnel perspective, the vets who have been in the industry forever are getting ready to retire. They're getting ready to move on. They're getting ready to do private work, whatever the case may be. The newer people are coming on board, wanting mentorship. They're wanting guidance. They're trying to figure out where they fit in our industry. And then you have the people in the middle, like myself, who are observing and having to ask themselves hard questions. And I know that's exactly what I wrote, but it's true. You're asking yourself all these questions about where am I? What do I want to do next? And where do I fit in the future of events? When you think of all the different conversations happening around AI and around acquisitions and mergers, and contractors are becoming a big thing where organizations are finding that they can hire contractors instead of hiring actual internal events teams. Where do I fit into this mix? Or do I even want to be in this mix anymore? So that's what I mean by the tides are changing. It's just the events industry has grown so much in the past few years that I think a lot of people are taking a step back and saying, okay, where am I in this craziness? And again, you have the retirees or the older people that are like, I'm done, I'm good, I don't want to be in this craziness. You have the young people who it may excite them or scare them. And then you have the people in the middle, like me, who are like, I've been in this too long to leave, but I also don't know if I like where it's going. I need to start asking myself some hard questions.
Yeah, there's a cool point you made about the tides are changing. I feel like I've been talking about this a little bit. I just think events and trade shows and all this has changed since they rebooted. And they've changed in a lot of ways. Like, I think the value that's at in-person events has changed. Virtual has challenged certain areas. It's not going anywhere. It's going to go on its own path and do its own thing and provide its own value. I know from my industry, I felt like a lot of the people that had been in the industry for a long time, once the arduous, it's close to 2 years, right, or so was over with, they just wanted things to go back to the way that they were. And I'm like, they're not going back to the way they were.
Ever.
It is going to be different. What is the shift? What is the change? I think one of the big ones I've noticed is that for the next 10 years, the core group of buyers and audience will be millennials and Gen Z for trade shows, for events. They already are. What, figure millennials are, what's the top age of a millennial? I'm 37. I'm a millennial, I think. I'm pretty sure I am.
It's up to 40, 38, 39.
Yeah. So it's already, right? So for the next 10 years, 15 years or so, those are going to be the buyers. Those buyers buy differently than the previous generations. They buy way differently. So that means the content has to be different. The experiences have to be different. The manner in which, how you sell them, how you talk to them, it's a different world. And if you are a brand and you're exhibiting and doing events, like you gotta be thinking that way, I think. And I go on it for days, but
no, and I agree. And that's what I mean by you have people in the middle who are asking themselves, do I want to do that? There's such a generational difference in the generations these days, just because of technology and just the way things have developed so rapidly that you got to ask yourself, do I want to be part of that? And some people are equipped for it and ready for the challenge. And I'm one of them. I think I am ready for that challenge. And there's some people who are like, events was once something I loved. Post-pandemic, not so much. I'm out of here. And that's the tides are changing. Yeah.
I think to what you said is true, like both personally and then also as an organization. Like, I feel like people have to decide what, if they're going to be in events, what do they want to be? Where are they going to put their flag, right? What are they going to do? For you personally, you have to decide. Riskified has to start to decide. Like my company, we're talking about it all the time. We're deciding, like, where are we going to plant our flag? Who are the people we're going to work with? What do we want them to think we're all about? Part of the reason we started this podcast is exactly that. We want people to know what we are about and what we think and what we stand for, because events will change. They are changing. And I think all for the better.
As I said at the top of this, the only thing constant in this world is change. It really is. You have to be able to adapt. And that's one of the things that makes events people so unique, is that we are able to adapt and we are able to shift and go with the Orinoco flow, as I like to say. But there's some people that just don't want to do that, and that's okay. So
we'll leave them behind.
Show goes on, right?
Show goes on.